YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Alpha West, man. So I've been having this dilemma, right, in terms of deciding a topic for my YouTube channel that is gonna be the epicenter of the discussions that I have. And the reason why I started this YouTube channel is because I've been having experience in my country or in my community, and you know the experience is based from so much negative news that is coming from domestic abuse, uh, gender-based killing, raping of small kids, raping of women, and all this shit. And I realized, like, where is that spirit even coming from? Where is that mindset coming from where men feel that they should be having this approach towards women? It's because they have a lack of identity. They have a lack of identity as men. They have a lack of identity with their roles in society. They have a lack of identity with what it means to be a black man. And most importantly, they have a lack of an alpha-based mentality. So how do you cultivate an alpha-based mentality or a mindset? The most fundamental and most important thing, right, to be an alpha, the starting point is your ability to deal with women. And I said foundation and start. So being an alpha is not just about women. But if you haven't mastered the trade of actually dealing with women and how to view women and such, because an alpha male is obviously about having masculine traits. So this alpha masculine traits are not going to maintain themselves. They need a feminine submissive state, you know? And women don't submit by force. They don't. They just don't, you know? And I'll make a video about what 5 qualities feminine women have and what feminine qualities are, because I also realize that a lot of women are brainwashed in terms of what feminine is and what masculine is. So we'll break it down and go more in depth with it about what is relevant and what is not in our day and age, especially in our local, especially. So I'm not even gonna speak about the guys that are doing all of this mischievous shit, because obviously that's a spiritual concept that I don't wanna touch into. I just wanna keep it like shallow and straight to the point. So, the first thing that an alpha man has, the most fundamental trait of an alpha mentality is this: you must have an abundance mindset. If you meet a hot girl, right? Or if you meet a feminine woman or a woman that you're interested in, and you approach her, let's say for example you are out at night and you want to talk to this girl, and if this girl is not interested in you, if you are not portraying the qualities that she's interested in, then you need to move on. There's always going to be better, younger, more exotic women that you meet or you can attract. You shouldn't be stagnant on one person. You shouldn't be. You as a man that is cultivating an alpha-based mentality or mindset should actually know the benefits of having an abundance mindset. Even when it comes to your job, if people are not trying to pay you right, if they're not treating you right, quit that motherfucking job, bro. Or try and make a move that allows you to transition from that job to another job, or to transition to something that will give you the equal amount of money. Transition to something else. That's all it is, because Buddha said that the root of all suffering is attachment. And that is the alpha mentality, that I am not going to be attached to a place, people, and thing. I must always keep it north. Always keep it up. If this thing is holding me back, if this situation is holding me back, if this person is holding me back, if this thing is holding me back, I must be able to transcend it to the next better thing. You get what I'm saying? And if you don't have the abundance mindset, let's say for example, you and a girl, you invite a girl on a date, right? And she comes 30 minutes late or 20 minutes late, with no valid reason, and she just shows up. and you don't really talk to her about it, like, yo, my time is important, yo, like it's valuable for me even to be on this date, you know. I'm obviously having my own personality. This is how I would say it, or this is how I would interact with her. I'll be like, okay, so what's up with you coming only now? What was the deal? Like, my time is valuable. So from our date, I'm going to have to cut it like a 20 minutes short, depending on how this date actually goes. And then you move on from that. Even these guys that are in like monogamous relationships where they're dating like one girl, they're not red pill, they're purple pill, right? I don't believe that you should have one girl. You should have more than one girl. You should have options, especially if you're in a relationship. You should have options. Your woman should always feel like shit, man. If I don't do this, if I don't keep my game up, if I don't behave a certain way, if I'm not cultivating feminine qualities, this masculine motherfucker is gonna up and leave, or is gonna get somebody better than me. And that's the mindset you should always be in. There's no one thing that you should be attached to and settle for. Alpha men never settle. We dictate, man. You dictate your vibes, you dictate your mindset, you dictate your feelings, you dictate your life. You know, if you are having that lacking mentality, if I break up with this girl, I'm not gonna, man, shut the fuck up. If I don't get this car, I'll never, man, shut the fuck up. So you should have that alpha abundance mindset, and everything, you know, it starts to work out. Like, if for example you're waiting for something to come through and it doesn't come through, you know, like if you're waiting for some money or you're waiting for a project, you know, just keep on, do the next thing, you know. Don't be attached to one thing, one place, one person, you know. It's redundant. It's just a redundant mindset. It doesn't even make sense. Like, I'll be messing with this shorty, right? Like, and you know, I realize that predominantly for me is that the type of women that I'm interested in now, you know, because I'm such a spiritual being, like, I don't even like rate women based on what they can offer me anymore. It's based on how in tune they can be with me. You know, I don't. I've had women offer me money just to spend some time with me, offer to take me out on a date, offer me, you know, whatever, man. And I'm just like, yeah. Why are you trying so hard? Why are you trying so hard? Can't you just be feminine enough to just maintain the vibe with my masculine vibes? You get what I'm saying? And this is where it becomes very important. You can't have an abundance mindset only with women. You have to have an abundance mindset with other stuff too. This is why it's important to get on your grind. You know, this is why it's important to work on yourself, to work on your body, work on your mind. Especially for me, I've gotten out of, I've actually dedicated, I know now what the hacks are. Well, I realize now in the next 2 3 years I'll be 30, so my body is gonna automatically over time pick up the weight. You get what I'm saying? But how do I make sure that my body stays in the shape that I want it to be? Because I just want to have, I don't want my body to get big. I just want my body to remain a certain size that it is now. And then it will be, because I've been doing sports for a very long time. I've been playing basketball for a very long time. I've been working out for a very long time. And if I just do like 3 4 days, like if I do per day 100 push-ups, man, like my body would start changing like immediately, you know. But I've been thinking like the thing that I actually need to work on more is actually my three brains, you know. Most importantly, you know, this one, because this one is magnetic, this one is electric, and this one is instinctual. So I realized that like just me work on my mind, and then the rest will fall into place, because the mind is, you know, the first hermetic principle, the first hermetic law is that the universe is mental. And I'm like, oh damn. So even if I want a nice body, I can attract a nice body by just being in the right location, people, place, and things. I'm like, okay. So even now with friends, with friendships that I accumulate, I'm in abundance mindset. People will come to you, especially now, and they'll offer you their friendship because they want to share your vibe. And I'm just like, yeah, bro, but what do you have to offer me to, like, my vibe is costing so much. And I'm not talking about monetary value. I'm talking about like spiritual, very current value, you know, intellectual value, and all of this. So I know that once you build the value within yourself as a man, it's so much more easier to deal with women. Like I get women who text me on a regular basis, and I'm just like, but you can't maintain this, because they start going into deep with the shit that I would want to talk about, or the things that interest me. You wouldn't be able to keep up. So this traits that I can give you now. I can give you hacks. The first thing is when you are dealing with women, because I know a lot of guys like texting, you know, but the fucked up downward effect of our texting is that women can never really grasp the tone in which you're talking to them, even when you're being seductive. And that's the first one. You know, prefer to call over texting. Second thing is always maintain your masculine flame. Your masculine frame is always it's always gonna turn women on more. You know, the way you speak, low tone, deep voice, you know, that shit gets women soaking, bro. Soaking. I have women now that just from my phone call, like I decided to make the mistake of like, yo, now I'm here with my friend, and then, you know, he like, nah, do you wanna come through? And he goes like, no, I'm busy. Okay, so where are you? No, I'm just chilling at home with my friend. Like he gives me the phone, right? And then I talk to the girl just in my low tone voice, and like 5 minutes later, she's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna come see you guys now. And as soon as she came through, she was like, so who was I talking with on the phone? I'm like, yo, it's me. And I could see I could feel the sexual attraction that she was having towards me. So I just like fucking took out my PC and I went to go sit there, and I started like doing some edits on my YouTube videos and whatnot. So another thing is also like when you meet women, don't face them directly immediately, you know. Women don't like that shit. Like it doesn't really, like the women life being secure. And don't don't validate women. Don't validate women. Don't say like, oh, you look so beautiful, you look so hot. No, fuck all that shit, man. I know women that will be texting me like, oh, you're so handsome, you're so what, because they're also fishing for me to respond with a compliment. I never do that. Even when I'm walking around in town, or when I'm around in town, or when I'm with people, I don't look at women, because even a look is validation. Women are always sending choosing signals, like as a motherfucker. First, it'll be like subtle shit, like looking at you. Like it would just be a glance. And then it will be like, you know, it's that deep, you know? So yeah, man, I'm gonna upload and this, and so comment, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Afro West. I'll be bringing you more impactful conversations and content. I also want to put in some links of some content creators that I think you should be following, just to have a much more expanded view of the things that I'm talking about. So yeah, stay safe, man.